Welcome back. Wealthsimple became a household name in part by appealing to younger investors and embracing the technology that dominates their lives. Of course, all investors, including younger ones, have had a rough ride in the past year, and even Wealthsimple, a fast-growing company, has had to adjust to the downturn. Mike Katchen is the company's co-founder and CEO, and he joins us now. Mike, nice to see you. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me, John. Good to be here.
Nice to have you back. Your platform, as we mentioned, in some cases does appeal to younger investors. Have you found them to be resetting expectations given what we've seen over the last year or so?
I mean, when you think about it, it's a pretty fascinating moment in time. You know, the last few years of the pandemic, you had millions of investors enter the market for the very first time, driven by meme stocks in many cases, but just an overall demand for investing. And this is the first time they've ever really run into a huge drawdown in the market. And so what we found is we've been actually quite pleased at how our clients are navigating the storm. People are generally not pulling money out of the market. They're staying disciplined about their investment strategy and plan, though we are definitely seeing a bias for cash and safer investments, more so than the last number of years.
That's interesting. And as a growing platform, you have to not just focus on the various areas of the investing landscape, but also try to cater to what people are interested in. You referenced meme stocks, maybe less interest in meme stocks these days, maybe not as much interest in crypto. I mean, has it allowed you to reevaluate for yourself where you're prioritizing any new products or offerings that you guys are focusing on based on what you're hearing from those investors?
Certainly. I mean, we stay focused on our strategy, which is helping our clients achieve long-term financial freedom. And we have a suite of products that help us do that. But we've obviously needed to tailor where we put our focus in this environment. So products that generate yield for clients. We've got some great products already existing in our Wealthsimple ecosystem and some new ones that are coming to market very soon. And I think those sorts of reliable, safer, predictable investments will appeal to clients in an environment that has so much uncertainty like the one we're living in right now.
So you're watching what the users, the clients are up to right now, and what about for your business as well? I mean, we alluded to the fact that you had been this and are still a growing company in the Canadian landscape, relatively newer player out there, but you too have had to do your own reset. What more can you tell us about what's been happening with the business itself?
It's not unique to us. I think that you've seen across the landscape, even with the latest earnings around banks in the U.S. with some restructuring. This is a very difficult environment that businesses are getting into. And throughout the pandemic, given the tailwinds behind technology and financial services, there was just so much growth and a pressure to grow teams and headcount. Whereas now in this environment, there's a lot more focus on driving the businesses towards profitability and thoughtful growth. And we are no different than any other organization in that environment. So we did a small restructuring last year and put the business in a great position for growth this year. And we're back to focusing on clients and helping our clients navigate what is a difficult experience, markets like this, and make sure they're sticking to the behaviors that are going to set them up for success in the long term.
And so for, let's say, you have a pool of capital, you can think about how you're going to grow the business, but it sounds like you also have to be mindful of costs. So how do you navigate, which lever to be pulling going forward?
Well, fortunately for us, we raised quite a seminal round within the last couple of years, one of the largest Canadian private financings in history. And so the company itself is well financed, and we actually feel very confident about our financial position and the position we put ourselves into with some changes we made over the last 6 months, that heading into this year, it's back to growth. It's back to how do we help our clients navigate this environment? How do we solve the concerns they have about their money, the markets, and how do we put the products and services in their way that are really going to help them through this, to stay disciplined about the behaviors that matter. The worst thing young clients can do right now is panic and stop investing. These are the times when it's so important to help people really remain focused on what counts for delivering long-term investment outcomes.
But your comments are interesting when one considers that, let's say, tech stocks are less loved in the market, but technology is increasingly part of our daily life. And, I wonder whether or not you feel as an industry, the financial services industry in this country, is still dedicating enough focus to that digital future, or if you're not seeing it, does that create more opportunity for you in your opinion?
I think that there is more focus than ever on digitization and financial services, and I think that's a great thing. You know, when we started the business 8 years ago now, John, it's pretty wild when you think about it. In Canada, you could not open up an investment account without paperwork, walking into a bank branch, or fax. And we helped the industry move forward by making it easy for people to sign up on their phone, make it way more accessible for people to get started with a high quality, sophisticated investment account, and since have broadened the portfolio of products we offer to help clients across a myriad of their financial needs. And so I'm excited about the changes we brought to the industry, and I'm hopeful that the industry will keep investing to grow the value we can create for clients, make it easier for people to do the right thing with their money, bring the costs down through digitization, and pass some of that on to clients so that they are better set up for their futures.
And before we wrap things up, I mean, just in terms of monitoring some of the milestones for your business in the past, we had highlighted your assets under management. Is that an area you expect to keep growing for Wealthsimple?
Absolutely. I mean, we know that clients are in an environment like this often feel like they want to sit on the sidelines and wait to see what happens in the market. And the reality is the smart thing to do as an investor is to just keep investing, to stay disciplined about a plan no matter what the market's telling you and what the market is doing. And so our job in this environment is to help our clients do that, put their money to work, continue sticking to their investment plans and growing those assets over the long term. And we now have over 3 million clients, you know, across Canada that we're looking to help navigate this environment and really set themselves up for a hugely successful future.